Let's talk about preparing you to buy new construction in North Carolina. I'm Caitlin Jackson, the cosplaying realtor, and I'll be the nerdiest realtor you know. Let's start. So I want to prepare you to buy new construction here in North Carolina. And some of these tips may apply to other states, but I'm only licensed in North Carolina. So here we go. My number one tip is if you're going to walk in to look at any new construction homes, make sure that you have an agent. Now, the agent should come with you, but if they don't, you need to tell the agent on site that you have one. The reason is if you sign paperwork there in person without your agent and you don't tell them you have an agent to represent you and your side of the transaction, the builder may not allow them to be put on later. I am experiencing this right now with some friends. They randomly went into some new construction. They decided they loved it and they put in an offer and it was accepted. Now, we were planning on getting together and signing a contract where they would hire me. They're my boss. And then I would help them find a home. But unfortunately, the builder is not allowing me to be attached to the plan and be paid by the builder. Now, this is really the bottom line. You are entitled to representation at any time in your transaction. So if you're okay with paying for your buyer agent, that's totally fine. But the builder has declined to pay me and bring me on as their agent because I was not what's called procuring clause. I didn't bring the buyer. So why is this not so great? Now, you can always be unrepresented, which means you don't have a buyer's agent when you're purchasing a home. That's totally okay. But it's difficult. I won't lie to you. It is difficult. There are 189 steps from the first conversation we have at a buyer consult meeting to closing day, if not more than that. And a lot of my job is preparing you and educating you for each step along the way. If you don't have a buyer's agent to guide you, it's a little bit hard to know what you're supposed to do. Now, I do trust that the agents working for the seller are going to at least ask, are you getting a home inspection? And they're going to send you the paperwork because they need to keep this thing on track, right? They're going to be working harder because you're unrepresented. But they're not there to fight for you, okay? They're there to represent the builder, the seller, just like a buyer's agent is there to represent the buyer. And that's really the bottom line. If something were to come up and you needed to push back on it, it's a lot harder to push back when you don't know how hard you can push back or what options there are in case the seller says no. I have some firsthand experience with this where one of my first transactions, we bought in new construction and they almost didn't hire a buyer's agent. They didn't understand that they needed one at the time. And fortunately, I was able to be attached and I helped them. And toward the end, they almost weren't able to complete the purchase because some things got a little bit hinky-dinky regarding the HOA and their loan. But I was actually able to make some calls. I talked with the lender. I talked with the agents on site. We were able to work it out and we actually got the loan to go through. We got 1 year of the HOA paid for and they got a fridge. What? I don't know if they would have proceeded to buy the house had they not had someone to stand up for them. So I'm trying to prepare you, my buyer, my friend, that if you walk into new construction, try, even in your excitement, to remember to have a real estate agent. And you can call me at this number anytime if you need an agent to represent you.